warm welcome to each and every one of you gathered here today. Myself, Divya Sujit. I want to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I want to thank you all for being present here today and joining us in this celebration of Christmas tonight. And we hope to see them for sure next Christmas, and our Christmas wishes to them too. So here we are to celebrate Christmas 2010. We have a lot of entertainment and performances in store for you all. So let's make this Christmas a very memorable one. So I stage a Hindi ganamai. Oh look!
Hello, chat. Hello, namaskaram. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and I thank all the guys for giving me an opportunity here. A Christmas part I know uddeshichathu, പക്ഷേ അതൊരു ഹിന്ദി പാട്ടായി മാറി. छुपाना भी नहीं आता, छुपाना भी नहीं आता, जताना भी नहीं आता, हमें तुमसे मोहब्बत है बताना भी नहीं आता, पाना भी नहीं आता, जताना भी नहीं आता. Hey, hey, हथेली पर तुम्हारा नाम लिखते हैं मिटाते हैं, ओ हथेली पर तुम्हारा नाम लिखते हैं मिटाते हैं, तुम्ही से प्यार करते हैं, तुम्ही से ही क्यों छुपाते हैं, तुम्ही से ही क्यों छुपाते हैं. सुनाने बात है लेकिन सुनाना भी नहीं आता, हमें तुमसे मोहब्बत है बताना भी नहीं आता, छुपाना भी नहीं आता, जताना भी नहीं आता. முகமறைக்கும் மானல்லா மஷிக்கருப்பால் எழுதும் மீனல்லா பூனிலால் புலவேளையில் முல்லையாவில் மூவந்தியில் மரக்குடையா முகம் மறைக்கும் மரக்குடையா.
How that idea, that word works. Actually, there is a feast named after this idea, and the feast is on January 6th. Can anybody tell me what that word is? On January 6th? Did I hear? Okay, the word is Epiphany. So January 6th, all the Christian churches all over the world celebrate it as the Feast of Epiphany. So I just want to discuss the meaning of that word. And I also want to say it is not purely about Christianity, it is about all literature, art, all religious traditions. They are all about Epiphany. The word is Greek. It means bursting forth of meaning. So the trick is that you have to recognize the meaning in an event. So in the Christmas story, who is the first one to recognize the meaning of this event? How is the meaning manifest? Remember? How does the Christmas story start? With three kings, right? Three wise men in the east, in the far east, see a star, and then they see a meaning in that star. And so that is the first epiphany. So you see a star, and then you realize, oh, this is not just a star, you have to go after it. So come all the way from the east. One of them supposedly came from India, is the tradition. So you come all the way looking for the meaning of the star, and they reach Jerusalem, and they are led in various directions. Finally, they find the meaning of it, of their arrival in a manger, and they see a little baby, brand new born, bundled up in clothes. And the moment they realize this is not just a human baby, this is the Messiah that they were. This is the person who is going to redeem human beings. And that moment is Epiphany. And the entire biblical story is a repetition of that idea again and again and again and again. So the first Epiphany is the star and three people far east recognizing that this means the bursting forth of truth. Okay? So the second person who recognizes it is a bunch of shepherds. They go into this place and see this little baby, and they realize this is not just a baby, this is the Messiah. And even the camels, even the goats, they all kind of picture, they all recognize it. If you look closely, you can see this. The third recognition is on the 8th day after Jesus' birth, he's taken to the temple to be circumcised. Jesus is a Jew, so temple to be circumcised. So there is one old guy named Simon, you may have heard. All his life, this is like 80 plus years old, all his life he has been living, claiming that I will die on the day I see the Messiah. So he waits and waits, and one day, two parents bring a little baby, and he looks at the baby and says, and realizes that this is not just a baby, this is the Messiah. So that is the third recognition. At the same place, one more person recognizes another lady named Anna, who had been waiting for the Messiah, and she recognizes this is the Messiah. So 5 recognitions, one after the other. And so the basic meaning is that you have to be open to the possibility of seeing that this is not just a human baby, this is a divine baby. All of you who have had children know that when you look at our children, that's what we think, right? It's not just a human baby, this is divine. If you look further, you'll see various permutations of it. Even when Mary was pregnant with Jesus, there is an epiphany story. She goes to visit her cousin, who is pregnant with John the Baptist. So the two pregnant ladies compare notes and says, oh, it is in the they compare, and then the babies recognize each other. So the word is not only epiphany, recognition. You have to be able to imagine and take a leap of faith. This is not only for Christians. If you look at the Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, you see relentless planting of this idea of recognition. Shakuntala. What is the name of the play Shakuntala? It is Abhinyana Shakuntala. Shakuntala and the ring of recognition. Dushyantan gives the ring to Shakuntala, and then because of a curse that happens off stage, she loses the ring. And then after the child is born, then they discover the ring. The moment the king sees the ring, immediately he recognizes. And that is the epiphany. In Mahabharata, very first time Arjuna meets Krishna. Krishna says, I know who you are. And Arjuna says, don't know who you are. Ring well. So throughout the Mahabharata, there are scenes where Krishna says, I know who you are. Oh, we were together those days. We did this, and Arjuna has no recognition. And then it goes on, and then it slowly dawns onto him that they are actually one person. Arjuna is Nara, and Krishna is Narayana. Narayana is split into two. So they don't. For Arjuna, the ultimate recognition comes at the battlefield when after the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, and he says, "Oh, I understand everything you said. I understand everything intellectually, but can you really give me an epiphany, basically?" And that is Vishwarupa Darshana, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. So whatever religious tradition it is, it's ultimately about being able to see a little child or a friend and see that this is not just a little child, this is it. This is what we are looking for. This idea, epiphany, is used in art, literature, painting, music in 20th century in a very secular way. So it means, for instance, the ultimate epiphany is a human face. You look at a human face, and if you really look at the human face, it gives you a shock if you are able to really see it. And you see yourself, right? You can see yourself in your friend's face, in the eyes. So that recognition. So in the entire artistic tradition of the 20th century is basically about one word: epiphany or recognition. And this is also in the science. First time somebody says eureka, that was a recognition. So every scientific insight is a recognition. And so that is my message. That is my message for you. You have to be ready to be able to recognize. You have to prepare for it. You have to develop a certain kind of wavelength. So the entire yoga tradition, yoga idea means you prepare your mind and body to be able to recognize one truth, that is Aham Brahmasmi or Shivoham. So the moment you recognize that you are not just anybody, you are it. Once again, I want to ask you all to think about this idea, especially children. You'll see this word epiphany in your life. Epiphany as a feeling of knowledge, a kind of recognition, a vague idea. So when I look at my children, immediately I think of it. My recognition is that of how trivial and how little and how humbled I am. So I want the children to look at their parents and say, oh, these are gods. And hopefully you will recognize that.
All of the other
வாழ்க்கை வரவரக்கும் நேரத்துல இருப்போம் சாலைகளில் போறதுல அட கண்ணடிச்சா காதல் வரும் சொல்லுங்க நீங்க கை தட்டுனா ஆட்டம் வரும் சொல்லுங்க கண்ணடிச்சா காதல் வரும் சொல்றாங்க நீங்க கை தட்டுனா ஆட்டம் வரும் சொல்றீங்க முந்தி வரும் மாறு இது 3 சக்கர தேர்வு அண்ணன் வந்து சேரும் நீ நம்பி வந்து இறக்கமுள்ள மனசுக்காரண்டா நான் ஏழைக்கெல்லாம் சொந்தக்காரண்டா நான் எப்பொழுதும் ஏழைக்கெல்லாம் சொந்தக்காரண்டா அதுக்குதான் தும்பினா அதுக்குதான் ஆட்டோக்காரன் ஆட்டோக்காரன் பெருக்காரன் நியாயமுள்ள ரெட்டுக்காரன்
Because we had a very short time for practice, when people were actually going for vacation and all. So luckily that we got this hall and we were able to arrange this small program. So we just, at least, I believe it has been worth the effort that we have put all these people who have taken the pain. I mean, taking the pain from the office schedule or driving through the snow and trying to arrange for practice, hosting the practice. I mean, there's a lot of effort went behind that. So for example, Suja has hosted the practice sessions for kids songs, and also Praveen Nayak has been hosting the sessions, I mean dance practice sessions in his home. Apart from that, he has been very volunteered himself to fetch all these kids from their home and drive all the way back to his home and make this practice successful. And also we have a good program today on stage on because of that. So I would like to thank Suja and Praveen. And other than that, I would like to call names of Sunny, Sandeep, Soja, Saumya and all others who has put their heart and soul for training all these kids for their dance performance. പക്ഷേ അന്നേക്കാട്ടും ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയ കാര്യം എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ this time we had a very different thing on stage. We had a big group of kids and teen girls performing an orchestra here, live orchestra. That's something very different than compared to all the previous years. So I know that there are people who are, I mean particularly Sunil and Palakeel and their kids and all, who have volunteered themselves or led from the front and tried to arrange this practice sessions for orchestra, and on a short notice they have put a big performance. I think I would say this is a starting. I mean that's what I would like to see this as. It's a starting point, and I'm sure that in the coming years probably we might have a full orchestra where we have a lot of people performing different instruments. So this is just a good start, and I would like to thank each of the kids or the parents who have spent their time training their kids for this orchestra. Good job. Things have gone behind preparing the food there, so that also takes a little of applause from everyone, including Kushimon and all the people who have spent their time. They started in fact yesterday night, so it has been a wonderful effort for them to churn out all these dishes in this short time. Madhalla, once again I like to thank you for everyone who have come here and make this event a great success.